Welcome to the Daily Influence, where our mission is to deliver a daily dose of positive influence that can uplift you personally or be shared within your sphere of influence. While not every episode may directly apply to your unique circumstances, we strive to provide insights and inspiration relevant to most people's daily, weekly, and monthly lives. Whether you are tuning in during the morning, noon, or night, the Daily Influence is here for you. Listen, share, and embrace the power of influence in your life. Hey everybody, Brian Smith here with the I and Team series and your Daily Influence. Today we're going to talk about feedback and the role that feedback plays in growth and development of yourself, your teams, and your overall organization. And we've spent a lot of time talking about the different aspects of feedback that happen both individually for ourselves and for larger groups of people, our teams and our organizations. Early on the individual side of things, it's really important that whatever kind of feedback that you give or that you get for that matter is constructive. And it's okay for you to push for constructive feedback. You should also understand that when you do that you might not agree with or clearly understand. The context of the feedback can be lost. Emotions can get in the way. You can feel challenged. You can feel criticized. And oftentimes people don't know how to give constructive feedback. And as leaders, we can offer and tutor and mentor our teams on how to do that effectively, only if we ourselves are open to receiving such feedback. And one of the things about feedback that is required is not only the ability to give it objectively, but to actively listen, to practice active listening when receiving feedback, trying to hear the context through maybe an emotion that might be there that's unintended or that is perceived as being there because the person just doesn't know how to give feedback properly. And as leaders, we need to recognize that and help our teams to work through these things. Also, while we're getting feedback to help us grow and improve, it's an opportunity before we react to self-reflect and to think about the feedback we're getting, the topic which the feedback is presented, the reason why we're getting that feedback, even if it's unsolicited or solicited. If you don't self-reflect on the feedback that you get, how can it be constructive? It might be delivered in a constructive way, but if we choose to ignore it, not reflect on it, not ponder what it means, not just for the now, but for the later, then we'll lose the opportunity for it to be constructive. And another part of feedback that often goes or gets lost is the positive reinforcement that should follow it. That reinforcement begins with that self-reflection, but then providing for yourself or to others, or encouraging others to give to you or regular check-ins. That positive reinforcement, if done properly and actually supported as leaders properly, will develop for you and for your organization or any area of influence that you find yourself a feedback culture. And if you can build a culture where feedback is seen as a tool for growth rather than criticism, where it's constructive, and if you can help train your team to give and receive feedback that is constructive, objective, and meant for the betterment of the person it's being given to and the overall influence of the organization, then this feedback culture will put you on a path of continuous improvement. And what better than to have a culture of continuous improvement where people actually work together to help each other to improve through communication, feedback. And to achieve that, what we often need is this balanced feedback. That means that we aren't overcritical, that we don't micromanage, that our feedback is for a positive purpose, not just to make us, that individual, feel better, to feel powerful. Oftentimes, feedback can be motivated for the wrong reasons. This is why feedback has to have clear objectives. If you don't understand why somebody is giving you constructive feedback, ask them, what's the objective? What are you trying to get from helping me? What is it you think that this feedback, this constructive criticism you're providing me is going to do for us? What do you think I should do with it besides improve the X, Y, or Z that you're pointing out? What will the ripple effect be? And how will you support me in this offered improvement, this offered constructive criticism? And what kind of plans can we develop from this? What SMART tactics? Remember, SMART is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Can you be more smart about your criticism for me? Help me to contextualize and understand how I apply it. And if you're not ready to answer those questions in your constructive criticism, you might want to slow down, balance what you're thinking, and get yourself clear. Some last comments about feedback and developing a culture of feedback and how that culture can help us build a continuous improvement mindset within our organizations. Use respectful communication, make sure you're timely, and always follow up. It's very irresponsible to give constructive criticism to somebody, because if you care enough to give it, don't you think you should follow up and see how that constructive communication has been accepted, and has it improved, or is there still struggles? You can help individuals and your teams grow by creating a supportive environment where feedback is continuous, constructive, and an integral part of your organization's and your own improvement process. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Influence, and that you'll join us again tomorrow when we talk about another topic that we hope will always bring positive, responsible influence into your life. I hope you have a great day. Thank you.